Hello students, you are welcome in the lecture number 5 of a chapter of chemical kinetics. In the last lecture, that is lecture number 4, we have seen molecularity and order of reaction, distinguish between them. Then what is intermediate, what is rate determining step, what is elementary reaction, and what is a complex reaction. Those points we have covered in the last lecture. So what is the elementary reaction? The reaction which cannot be further broken down into the simpler steps, because that is the simplest step. The reaction which is present in a simplest step, one step, which cannot be further broken down, is known as elementary reaction. And the complex reaction is a summation of series of elementary reactions. Further, we have seen molecularity is simply number of molecules of reactant in a given chemical reaction. For elementary reaction, we have seen two examples we have studied, where molecularity and their order of reaction are same, but they may be different also. But for complex reaction, the important point we have seen is RDS, rate determining step. RDS, rate determining step. And there we have seen rate determining step is slow step. Slow step. And that will decide the rate of reaction. So that is RDS. And number of molecules involved in that RDS are involved in the equation of rate law. Therefore, for complex reactions, molecularity and order of reaction are different. The distinguishing points we have studied: molecularity is number of molecules of reacting substances, whereas order of reaction is the summation of exponent or power of concentration terms in the rate law equation. Molecularity is theoretical concept. Order of reaction is experimentally determined. So molecularity does not depend on experimental conditions, but order of reaction depends on experimental conditions. Molecularity is always whole number, always integral number, whereas order of reaction may be integral number or a fractional value, even may be zero also, zero. Now the next point over here we have to cover is integrated rate law. Whatever the rate law we have studied is a differential rate law. Differential rate law. That differential rate law is integrated, and we will get the integrated rate law. The expression which is obtained by integrating differential rate law is known as integrated rate law. You got it? The expression or the equation which is obtained by integrating differential rate law is known as integrated rate law. Here we have to study the velocity constant or rate constant of first order reaction. First order reaction, integrated rate law for first order reaction. Using the integrated rate law for a first order reaction, we have to derive the expression for rate constant or velocity constant k of first order reaction. We know what is meant by first order reaction. The reactions in which rate of reaction depends on only one concentration term, only one concentration term is the first order reaction. If rate of reaction depends on two concentration terms, it is a second order reaction. If it depends on three concentration terms, it is a third order reaction. If the rate of reaction is independent of concentration of the reactant, it is a zero order reaction. Zero order reaction. So let us see the integrated rate law for first order reaction. We know, suppose if this is the reaction A giving a product, A is reactant. Itself it may undergo decomposition, recombination, whatever may be, and convert it to the product. So rate of this reaction according to law of mass action depends on the concentration of only A. According to law of mass action, at given instant and at given temperature, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant. That is what we are studying in this chapter. From the start of chapter that we are studying. At given instant and at given temperature, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant. So what is reactant here? A is the reactant. So here rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant, and it is equal to minus d concentration of A divided by dt. This is what we have studied at the first lecture of chemical kinetics. Why negative sign is given? Because A is reactant and concentration of reactant decreases. As concentration of reactant goes on decreasing, so a sign is given negative. Because, see, remember the first lecture, I have given the detailed calculations. Minus minus it become plus. Minus minus become plus. So rate of reaction is always positive. But since this is a reactant, sign is given negative. If products are considered, sign is given positive. Since this is reactant, a negative sign is given, but the rate of reaction is always positive. Further, one more step we have seen. Rate of reaction according to law of mass action at given instant and at given temperature is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant at that instant. According to law of mass action, at given instant and at given temperature, rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of the reactant. Therefore, if we take the proportionality constant as K, rate of reaction will become equal to K into concentration of A. Now let this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. If we relate equation 1 and equation 2, their left sides are same, so right sides are also same. So it can be written like this: minus dA by dt will be equal to K into concentration of A. By relating equation 1 with equation 2, we can get this equation: minus dA by dt is equal to K into concentration of A. Or slightly rearranging the equation, we can take negative sign on right side, so it become positive. If I take negative sign on the right side, what it become? It become dA upon dt will be equal to minus K into concentration of A. Negative sign I have rearranged. Negative sign of left side is taken on the right side. Only that is the difference I have done. Now rearranging the equation, taking similar terms on same side. Here is concentration of A, here is also concentration of A. So this concentration of A taken on left side. How that equation will be written? It is like this: D concentration of A divided by concentration of A will be equal to minus K dt. Rearrangement: dt taken on right side and A taken on the left side. That is the rearrangement of this equation. So this equation is rearranged and can be written like this. This is known as a differential form. Here is D, differentiation means fragmentation. Here is also D, differentiation means fragmentation. Small fractions of time, small fractions of time, and small fractions of the concentration. Fractions, differentiation. So this is differentiation, this is differentiation. This equation is known as differential rate law. What we have to study? Integrated rate law. What is meant by integrated rate law? The expression which is obtained by integrating the differential rate law is known as integrated rate law. Means in differential rate law there are fractions, and in integrated rate law fractions are added together. Integration added. National integrity added together, they are added. So in differential form there are the fractions, all those fractions are added together, and that is obtained in the integrated rate law. So let us consider, whenever the reaction is started at time t is equal to 0, the concentration of A will be equal to A0, initial concentration. Whenever the reaction is just to start, at the time of start of reaction, time is 0. At that time concentration of A is initial concentration, initial, that is A0. Whenever time is, suppose t, 0 become t, at that time the concentration A will become equal to final concentration AT. 0 time concentration A0, final time T, final concentration AT. So integrating this equation with these limits of concentration and these limits of time, see what we will get. We can write integration of dA upon A from limit of A0 to AT is equal to, K is constant always taken out of integration, constant cannot be integrated. integration of dt from limit of time 0 to time t. This is the integral form. Now we have to integrate this. Just one rule in mathematics is there. No more mathematics here. Just one rule you have to keep in mind. Just one rule, by heart one rule, that's all. The rule is integration of dx upon x is equal to ln x. That's all. Only that is the rule. And see, this is one rule we have to use. And the second rule, integration of dx is equal to x. That's all. Because integration and differentiation, they are opposite. So integration and differentiation cancelled. See, why I am drawing sign like this for integration? This sign is nothing but yes. Yes means summation. The sign of integration, this is distorted yes. It is a distorted yes, known as a summation. So integration is addition, differentiation is fractionation, fragmentation. Integration and differentiation are opposite, they are cancelled. So remaining part is only x. And here the rule, integration of dx upon x is equal to ln x. Only that rule is important over here. That's all about the integration. That is the important only over here. No more mathematics. Just one rule is important. Apply this rule to this step. What it becomes? Dx upon x, dA upon a, ln x. So this become ln a, initial limit a0, final limit at is equal to minus k, integration differentiation cancelled, minus kt. That's all. This is the integral step. Now this is known as finite integral. We have seen the expression in maximum work done also, in thermodynamics also. That step we have to apply here. This is known as finite integration. So upper limit minus lower limit, upper limit minus lower limit, that is ln at minus ln a0, upper limit minus lower limit, equal to minus kt. Subtraction of log is the division of log. So ln at upon a0 will be equal to minus kt. If I write this plus sign, see what happen? If this minus become plus, this is ln a0 upon at. So here ln a0 upon at will be equal to plus kt. Minus sign become plus. At that time at upon a0 become a0 upon at on the left side. And finally k will be equal to 1 upon t ln initial concentration upon final concentration. This ln we know is nothing but log to the base e, that is equal to 2.303 log to the base 10. So this equation can be written as k is equal to 2.303 upon t log to the base 10 of a0 upon at. Initial concentration upon final concentration. This k is known as velocity constant or rate constant of first order reaction. This is the expression for integrated rate law of first order reaction, with the help of which rate constant can be calculated, time of reaction can be calculated, initial concentration of the reactant can be calculated, or the concentration left behind can also be calculated. This is the first order rate kinetics. Some another form of equation, this equation we can also obtain in some another form also. See here, this is the equation ln AT upon A0 is equal to KT. Using this equation, use this equation and take anti-log on both sides. If that equation is used and taking anti-log on both sides, this is log, log into anti-log, anti-log into ln log AT upon A0 is equal to anti-log of minus KT, anti-log of minus KT. Here anti-log log cancelled and AT upon A0 will be equal to e raised to minus KT, or taking A0 on right side, AT will be equal to A0 into e raised to minus KT. This is the exponential form of integrated rate law. One more format. This is the first one we have studied, integrated rate law. It can also be written in the another format. One more format we have studied by taking anti-log on both sides, and this is known as exponential rate law. Again, one more. Initial concentration A0. Let us consider initial concentration A0 is small a, and at time t, whenever the time of reaction is 0, t is equal to 0, at that time initial concentration A0 is A. Whenever time become t is equal to t, at that time let us consider out of A, x moles are used. So what is AT? A is the initial moles at the start of reaction, and after the time t, out of A, x moles are used in the chemical reaction. So how many moles left behind? A minus x moles will left behind. So A0 become A and AT become A minus x. Substituting here, this equation can be written as K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 of A upon A minus x. That is also one more form of velocity constant equation of integrated rate law of a first order reaction. Let us see it once again. Integrated rate law is obtained by integrating the differential rate law. First order reactions are those in which the rate of reaction depends on only one reactant A. So rate of reaction we know minus dA by dt, because that is reactant. According to law of mass action, rate of reaction is directly proportional to concentration of A. If K is proportionality constant or velocity constant, it is rate of reaction is equal to K into concentration of A. Since left sides are same, right side are also same, so minus dA by dt is equal to K into concentration of A. Rearranging equation, just negative sign taken on right side, minus dA by dt become plus dA by dt is equal to minus K into A. Again rearranging equation, A taken on left side and dt taken on right side, we get this equation. This is differential rate law. It is integrated within known limits. Whenever time is 0, initial concentration A0, time is t, final concentration AT. So So this is integrated like this. We know the rule in mathematics, integration of dx upon x is ln x. Integration of dx of x is equal to x. Therefore this become ln a from a0 to at equal to minus kt. Now upper limit minus lower limit, ln at minus ln a0 is equal to minus kt. So subtraction of log is now division. ln at upon a0 is equal to minus kt. This become plus. This is opposite now, ln a0 upon at. And finally k is equal to 1 upon t ln a0 upon at. ln converted to log to the base 10, and this is multiplied by 2.303. So k is equal to 2.303 upon t log of a0 upon at. This is the velocity constant of first order reaction. It has another forms also. This is known as exponential form by taking antilog on both sides. And this is one more form where initial concentration and final concentrations are considered. So it is there about the integrated rate law of first order reaction. Now see the unit. Just one point. We are completing here unit of k. See what is the unit of velocity constant. This is equation. K is equal to 2.303 upon t log to the base 10 of a0 upon at. a0 is concentration, moles per liter. This is also concentration, moles per liter. So moles per liter and moles per liter. See, this is mole per decimeter cube. This is also mole per decimeter cube. They are cancelled. So K will be equal to 2.303, that is constant, upon time or per time. Therefore K has unit either per second or per minute or per day, maybe per hour, or it may be per year. So that is the unit of K, velocity constant of a first order reaction. Now in the next lecture we will see how graphically integrated rate law can be explained for a first order reaction.